Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ref Football 12. For today's match is Arsenal versus Chelsea. Chelsea smashed Arsenal 2-0 and United drew with Southampton, and we'll talk also about the Wolves and Tottenham game. So yeah, far out. What else will I say? What do I say? 2-0. Chelsea just obliterated them. It was men's versus boys, and how many times have we said that about an Arsenal team, men's versus boys? How many times have we said that over the past 10 years? They were poor. They were really poor. But then again, they've got that's a shy team. That Arteta isn't as good as Tuchel. You're thinking, yeah, expected. Like, is there any surprises in this? It probably should have been 4-0, really. Probably. But look at how... Let's just go through the team. You know, so got Leno, who's an okay keeper. You got Cedric, Holding, and Mari. And Tini, he had a poor game. He had Xhaka and Lokonga. Lokonga looks like a bright talent. He looks like he's got something about him. You know, he's a bit of a destroyer in midfield. He's got a good pass on him. Xhaka is still captain of this team. That's your first problem out of how many? 975 problems in that team, in a club? He's probably number one, isn't he? And then you got Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Pepe. So you've got potential in the team. You've got something. You've got youngsters. You've got energy. You've got positive vibe around them. You think Pepe had an okay game. Smith Rowe had an okay game. Saka, not great, and Martinelli was not really involved. So you look at that team thinking it's young, it's experienced. There's no lead. Look at that team and see who the hell's the leader. So you got Xhaka, who's players, teammates do love him, right? You're thinking, who else is the captain? Tierney's a captain in a way? Yeah, is he? Sort of. Xhaka, Leno. Is that it? In that team? You're looking at captains, you're looking at leaders who step up. Because the first 10 minutes, they started well, Arsenal. They started bright, there was sunshine, the crowd was up. First home game of the season for Arsenal at the Emirates. I'm thinking, you're right, they're looking okay. They are looking okay. Smith Rowe's getting the ball, and Pepe is beating one. They looked alright, but Chelsea just looked 10 feet taller, looked confident, looked brighter, and their system stood out by a country mile. And these three, absolute smashed it. Lukaku was holding Murray and Holding. It was basically dancing with them and then just throwing them out of the way, and not, yeah, you know what I mean. Mount was going on Tierney and Murray on this side, dragging them out of the way. And then Reece James had a paddock of space here. He literally had a farmyard. He had hectares of, nothing. Just space, ground, grass on his own. And he fucking dominated them. Look at that! You don't expect, I mean, as a wing back, so you sort of do expect it to be, but how many times did Jorginho Kovacic just pick out a pass and thinking, how on earth is Reece James there? And it is the system. It is Tierney tucking into next to Murray. It is Mason Mount and Lukaku's movement off the ball. And Reece James staying wide and out of the picture, and then coming in, staying out of the picture. Yeah. But thinking, alright, you can see before they scored that you need to change it. You need to change it quickly. Because they were playing well. Xhaka wasn't talking in with these two, and Saka was just centre, not really defending the cover. I don't know if they changed it at half time, but how many times did that play came about? It was not. You're thinking Tierney, the stronger side. You think you attack the right hand side? No. They did well on the right hand side. Arsenal, on the left hand side, they got absolutely battered, and Chelsea just looked like European champions, didn't they? They just look like European champions. They look like, men versus boys. And Arteta, I mean, he had Aubameyang on the bench. Look at that bench. It's not really encouraging, is it? It's a poor team. It's a really poor team. They've spent lots of money. They've spent about 140 million. They've spent the most out of any club this summer. Lokonga looks like an okay player. They've got a young forward line. Ramsdale for 25 million, and you have a laugh. They've got problems at that club. And Arteta, it's just a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Is he stubborn, or is he trying to play the way he wants to play in 2 years? He doesn't want to change it, or does he? I don't know. They've got Manchester City next week. They've got Manchester City next week. It could be curtains before the international break. But no one wants this job. If you're like a manager, and Conte's available, Conte doesn't want that fucking shit. He doesn't want to work with Kroenke. They're in a real mess. But it's all positive for Chelsea. It was easy for them. It was easy. Second half was a training. It was a training session for them. Second half, and they bossed it. Really did. Mount excellent. James excellent. Lukaku, like I said, dancing with everyone and then throwing it away. He's bossy, isn't he, Lukaku? He's boss. But nothing else to say. Let me know in the comments as we go through this video. And then they brought Kante on, who looked fucking immense, didn't he? Right, Southampton versus United ended in a 1-1 draw. It was a strange match. It looked like typical Man United. Inconsistency. No desire to win the game. It looked like Southampton the better team in the second half. Afterwards, we talked about through the game. It looked like the intensity was off. It looked like they didn't have anything to play for. It looked like they were too confident, strolling into St Mary's, and thinking, yeah, we're gonna win this, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna win this. Yeah, we got Fernandes, we got Pogba, we're gonna win this. It wasn't like that at all. Fernandes was insane. I thought Greenwood and Pogba were also very, very good. Get an itchy nose, get stuffed. But apart from that, I thought the rest of the team was poor. And De Gea also had a good game. Fernandes, Martial, non-existent. And it looked like he didn't care. It looked like he was just strolling around the pitch. Let me know if you're a United fan watching this. Let me know what you think about Martial, because he's not a kid anymore, is he? He's in his mid-20s. He should be starting to now boss the league, isn't he? He should be now working, well, not working his socks off, but making defenders work hard and, testing keeper out, testing defenders. And he looked like he was, what else can I say? But it looked like nothing. It was a nothing performance from Martial. And they needed someone like that up top, with maybe Cavani or even Greenwood up top. And when Greenwood went centre, he scored a goal. Sancho came on. They looked a bit better. Not great, but the back four, Wan-Bissaka was poor in the ball. On the mile. Lindelof, poor. Maguire started okay, won everything in the air, but the second half he made the 3 or 4 stupid mistakes, and then Luke Shaw made a couple of dilly-dally mistakes as well, and then Fred was dreadful, and Matic had I thought Matic had a good game, to be fair, and then second half he looked like he tired, and then he started making mistakes. But it just looked they lacked intensity, Southampton scored the first goal. It was a very good goal. But shout-outs, it was Bruno Fernandes. I thought it was a foul, but it was one of those you get a 50-50 on it, and then Che Adam picks it up, and an own goal. An own goal, wasn't it, really? But I thought Southampton did okay. Second half, United started well. They made a couple of substitutions. They started, taking the ball away, passing the ball really well, and then all of a sudden it looked like just a flick of a switch, and in their minds, and they started making mistakes and thinking, yeah, this team is capable, and that's why I don't think Oli was going to blame for this, or I think it's all the players. I think the players aren't that really good, I'll be honest. Some of them, that is. And thinking Oli probably could have changed it much quicker, because they did get a good goal with Pogba and Fernandes linking up and Greenwood in the centre. But it just looked like that's why I predicted my thing fourth, because a performance like this, they're thinking, yeah, they've got a performance in them. They'll play like this once or twice a month and thinking, shit. And they did that quite a few times last year, away from home especially. But every time they bounced back second half and they got the victory most of the time. But you can't bank on that, can you? You've got to perform well every time, no matter what situation it is. But Southampton, fair play. Hasenhuttl looked like he had a hangover. Looked like a divorced dad, going to the Asda, going to Woolies. But I thought Southampton did well, and special mention, these two, Salisu and Livramento, had a boss game, and I thought they did well. So United are poor. And probably they could have lost the game at the end, but a draw was a fair result. Okay, Wolves versus Tottenham, the other game of the day. It ended with a Spurs 1-0 victory. I had the United game on, and I had the Wolves game on the other monitor. I think I was mainly watching the United Southampton game, and I had this on the other one. So I was just every time I looked over to the Wolves game, I think, fuck, again and again, attack again. They were all over Tottenham. I don't know how the fuck they managed to get 3 points. I mean, it was a blatant penalty. It was a poor keeper mistake from Jose Sa. But every time it looked like fucking Traore is bossing them. Jimenez got stuck in as well. Nev was picking up the ball, winning the ball, playing some beautiful balls. They played a lovely ball to Adama Traore, who missed a blatant 1v1. 1v1 with the keeper. Should have scored. Traore, he's got that in it. Traore looked like the best player in the park, but in the final third, he looked like the worst player in the park. Wolves, what can you say? Well done for Tottenham to hang in there, but Wolves won't be disappointed. They won't be disappointed. It'll be like, you know what? It was like a FIFA game, or Football Manager game. Subscribe to me on, follow me on Twitch. Cheeky plug. It was like a FIFA Football Manager game. We're not gonna score today. Pack it in, lads. Let's go home. Well, fair play to Tottenham. Nuno Espirito Santo. 2 wins out of 2. 2 clean sheets. 1-0 victories, and he comes back to the Molineux, wins 1-0. And they're just defensively okay. Tottenham, they did nothing special. Lloris had a good game, but I thought Wolves were really impressive. And that's, is there an XG here? XG stats? I like to see the XG stats. No, it isn't there. Although, alright, I'll leave it there. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe for us on social media platforms, and hit the bell notification. And we will see you guys later.